Hola chicos, ahora vamos a continuar con los stem changers en el subjuntivo. Now this is potentially the part where you could have a lot of difficulty because some of the rules are kind of nitpicky. Let's start off by talking about our AR and ER verbs that have stem changes. These are going to have stem changes in all the forms except for nosotros and vosotros. So if you were to draw out the chart, it would look very similar to the boot verbs that we go over in the present tense. Some examples are jugar, yo juego. Notice that that's also a GAR verb, so we're going to later on see a G to GU as well in that conjugation of the subjunctive. Pienso, entiendo, I'm going to drop that O, and I'm going to add the opposite endings again. Once again, G to GU for jugar. Yo juegue, tú juegues, usted juegue, juguemos. Notice there's not a stem change there in the nosotros form, nor in the vosotros form. Vosotros juguéis, ustedes jueguen. Pienso. Okay, opposite ending. Yo piense, tú pienses, usted piense. Nosotros pensemos, no stem change there. Vosotros penséis, no stem change there. Still opposite endings. Ustedes piensen. Yo entienda, tú entiendas, usted entienda. Nosotros entendamos, still opposite ending, but no stem change there. Vosotros entendáis, ustedes entiendan. Now some more verbs that follow this pattern are some O to UE, such as contar, to count, poder, to be able, volver, to return, costar, to cost, probar, to try or to try on, llover, to rain, doler, to hurt. Some E to IE, such as querer, to want, sentarse, to sit down. You don't want to confuse this one with sentir, which is to feel. Calentar, to heat up. Despertar or despertarse, to wake up. Empezar, to begin. Notice this is also a ZAR verb. Now let's talk about our IR endings. Okay, the stem changing E to IE, E to I, and O to UE verbs that end in IR have a stem changing in all of the forms of the subjunctive. Now here's what's tricky. Not all the stem change is not always going to be the same in all forms. They will all the different forms will have a change, but not necessarily the same change in the nosotros and vosotros forms. Some examples. So, me siento, pido, duermo. Chop off that O, we're going to add the opposite endings. Yo me sienta, tú te sientas, usted se sienta. Okay, so there's going to be a change, but it's not the same change. Nosotros nos sintamos, vosotros os sintáis, ustedes se sientan. Notice that changes. It's still a change. Yeah, every single form here has a change, except for it's not the exact same change in the nosotros and vosotros form. Pedir, you are going to see the same change in all the different forms. Yo pida, tú pides, usted pida, pidamos, pidáis, pidan. Dormir, we're going to see a change in all the forms, but not the same one. Yo duerma, tú duermas, usted duerma. Dormamos, dormáis, duerman. And that's what makes it a little bit difficult to be able to wrap your head around all the different very nitpicky rules that each of these have. Some more verbs that follow this pattern: divertirse, to have fun, preferir, to prefer, reír, to laugh, repetir, to repeat, servir, to serve, vestir, to get dressed, seguir, to follow or to continue, conseguir, to achieve, morir, to die.